right, the next thing we're going to do is paddles. It looks like this.
Start with the basic in this angle. 5, 6, here we go.
1,
Touch,
2, 3,
step,
4,
touch,
5, 6, 7, 8.
paddle,
3, 4, 5,
paddle,
6, 7,
basic,
1, 2, 3,
step,
4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
paddle,
1, 2, 3,
paddle,
4, 5,
paddle,
6, 7, 8.
and 1. From this angle. 5, 6, start with the basic.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Paddle,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
basic.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Paddle,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
and 1. Woo, boy. Okay, if you haven't watched the move called repeaters yet, you need to. Why?
Because all we're doing essentially is that same pattern of a repeater, except my leader is choosing to paddle around in a circle.
Okay, so just like before, we had a basic, then the movement, a basic, and then the other movement. And so, with the paddles, we start with the basic. 5, 6, here we go. Touch,
1, 2, 3,
step,
4, 5,
touch,
6,
and stop.
7.
Leaders, my weight's on my right foot.
He's let me, or transferred my weight onto my left on the 7-8.
So leaders, I'm going to repeat my left, but I'm going to paddle around as I do that.
Followers, I'm going to repeat my right foot.
5, 6, here we go.
1,
Paddle,
2, 3, 4,
paddle,
5,
paddle,
6,
shift.
7, 8.
Leaders, put your weight on your left.
That transfers me onto my right.
Now we're ready to do the basic. Leaders, starting right foot.
Followers starting left.
5, 6, here we go.
1,
Touch,
2, 3,
step,
4, 5,
touch,
6,
and
7,
stop.
8.
Leaders, now you're ready to do a repeater with your right foot, but you're going to paddle around.
He's transferred me onto my right foot. I'm going to paddle around with my left.
5, 6, here we go.
1, 2, 3, 4,
paddle,
5,
paddle,
6,
stop.
7, 8.
Now, weight's on my right.
My weight's on my left.
Ready to do a plain old basic. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's break that down from the other angle. So, we start with the basic. 5, 6, here we go.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Leaders, you're going to paddle with your left.
Followers with our right.
5, 6, here we go.
1,
Paddle,
2, 3, 4,
paddle,
5,
paddle,
6,
shift.
7, 8.
Leaders, all your weight's on your left foot.
All of my weight's been transferred to my right.
We're ready to start a basic. Right foot forward.
Followers left back.
5, 6, here we go.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Now, leaders, I'm going to paddle around with my right foot.
I'm going to paddle around with my left.
5, 6, here we go.
1,
Paddle,
2, 3, 4,
paddle,
5, 6, 7,
shift.
8.
Leaders, all my weight's on my right.
All my weight's on my left.
And I'm ready to do a plain old basic. Back on my left.
Forward with my right. Leaders, you have to make sure that you really hit those transitions. The way that I know, followers, that I'm going into these paddles is because Joel really transitions to my weight. Right now, as we're counting it, it's happening on the 7-8, but it could be on different numbers. Just make sure you really get her to transition so that you guys look great dancing together.
One more thing to mention, leaders, is that when you're paddling around, I'm really solid on the foot that's planted on the floor as I paddle around.
Now, followers, for me, the story is a little bit different. Joel is the center point. I have to travel around him. So what I need to make sure I do is that I keep that nice pulse. Each time I pulse, so essentially, on whatever foot I'm standing on, I'm hopping slightly, still matching his pulse, but I use that so that I can move around him comfortably.
Okay, and that'll make your paddles feel and look really great. You can see that we have a very common pattern of a basic, then a movement, a basic, and the movement. I have a basic, paddle left, basic, paddle right. And each time for this movement, I'm just going around counterclockwise. You can take that all different directions if you want to, but you really got to practice it. Another variation is just to string those two paddles together. So we're going to do one basic, paddle left, and paddle right, going around the entire time. That looks like this. 5, 6, basic.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Paddle, 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 and paddle with the other foot. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Woo! So you can see by stringing those two together, taking the basic out of the middle, it's a very cool step.